इति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे साधु साधु तदाई नतिनी चोचता रखाना मंच कदाचिन्नाम प्रेमरत्कंठयोस्फुर Hare Krishna. So, topic is, because tomorrow is Ram Navami, so we are discussing about Lord Rama. So now the topic is where to learn about Lord Rama, or from whom we should learn about Lord Rama, or what kind of books we should read to know about Lord Rama. So that is our topic of discussion now. So before we get into where to learn about Lord Rama, or from whom we should learn, Kannada translation? What is the benefit of knowing about Lord Rama? What is the benefit of learning about Lord Rama? So in Sanskrit this is called as prayojana. So in Sanskrit, any composition, any book, or especially some scripture or book written in pursuance of Vedic scriptures. So it has four components. One is Vishaya, first one is Vishaya, second one is Sambandha, third one is Abhideya, and fourth one is Prayojana. Vishaya here means Lord Rama is the Vishaya, right? We want to know about Lord Rama, that is the Vishaya. And Sambandha means who is qualified to know, what are the qualifications of the person who wants to know about Lord Rama. So that is called as that one, plus who is going to teach also. So the qualification of the person who is going to teach, this is all called as Sambandha, constitutional position of the student and the teacher. And Abhideya means how one should learn about him. What is the means? That is okay by oral reception. But how it should be done? In what attitude it should be done? That is called as Abhideya. And then Prayojana is result of that. So I will not go into all these four, but I would like to say about Prayojana, result or benefits of hearing. Why? Because that is connected to our topic today, way to learn about Lord Rama. So, what is the benefit, advantage, or result of knowing about Lord Rama, learning about Lord, hearing about him or his glories? So today morning we were discussing about fame of Lord Rama. In Hindi, Bhagwan Ram ka yash. So his fame or his glories, when someone hears in proper attitude, what happens? His glories vanquish all the sinful reactions. So today morning we were reading from 9th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th chapter, text number 21. So that word agagnam comes there. So his glories vanquish all sinful reactions. So that is a benefit of hearing about the glories of Lord Rama. Then in the next verse, in 9.11.22, so it is told about those who are residents of Ayodhya, what happened to them after Lord Rama left from this world. So there it is mentioned that how those members of Ayodhya, residents of Ayodhya, after interacting with Lord Rama in different ways, how they achieved Vaikuntha. That is described there in the second 9th canto, chapter number 11 and verse number 22. So sahai sprishta bishto va samvishto no gatopi va kosalaste yayu sthanam yatra gachanti yoginaha. So sayai, the persons, those who are sprashto abhi drishtova. Sprashta means those who touched him or those who touched his feet. Abhidrashtova, those who saw him. Those who saw him. And samvishto no gatopiva. Samvishta means those who dealt with him in equal platforms. Samvishto. That means they may be lying with him, they may be eating with him, like that. So those people, and anugatopiva, those who just followed him, Lord Rama. So they all went to that sthanam, yatra gachanti yoginaha, where pure devotees, pure yogis or pure devotees, they go to. That is Vaikuntha. So they all went to Vaikuntha, he says. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada, he says that those who, Prabhupada quotes from, Bhagavad Gita, Janma karma cha me divyam yovam yo vetti tattvataha tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti so Arjuna. Janma karma cha me divyam. Krishna says to Arjuna that those who know my birth and activities in truth, tattvataha, that they are transcendental and their transcendental nature. So after leaving this body, they will never return back. They will never come back to this world. They will not again take birth in this world of birth and death. So they will attain liberation from material bondage. So in this way, here also, the residents of Koshala Desha, so are Ayodhya. So by interacting with Lord Rama in different ways, they also attain. And Prabhupada further explains that so those who were devotees, those who engaged in devotional service and became perfect, so they go to that universe where Lord Rama is performing his pastimes. And there, after entering into those pastimes, by taking further training how to serve Krishna, Rama, they will go to eternal world. So Vaikuntha, like that. Prabhupada explains in the purport. Again in the next verse, that is 23rd verse, Purusho Ramacharitam Shavane Rupadarayan Andrishamsha Paro Rajan Karma Bandher Vimuchate. Here it is, Purusho Ramacharitam Shravane Rupadharayan. So simply by the process of hearing about Ramacharitam, about the character of Lord Rama or his pastimes, Andrishamsha Paro Rajan, so they will become free from envy of others. Karma bandhair vimuchate, and they become free from material bondage. So they will become free from envy. So becoming free from envy is not an easy thing, because we are in the material world because we envied. So we thought, why Krishna is the enjoyer, I'll also become enjoyer. So we have envy. As soon as anyone who has desire to enjoy, that means he has envy. Or those who have envy, they will immediately indulge in material sense enjoyment. So, but those who hear Ramacharita, Ramakatha, so they will become free from envy. Karma bandhair vimuchyate, they become free from material bondage to this material world. So like in the previous verse, Prabhupada quoted Janma Karma. In that purport, Prabhupada says that it is not so easy to attain liberation from material. It's very difficult it is. So many yogis, they perform tapasya for thousands of years. But simply by hearing Ramacharita, one becomes free from material bondage. So this is the prayojana. Now, if you are properly hearing about Lord Rama from proper source, then you should get this result. Otherwise, there is something problem with either your hearing or your own qualification to hear Lord Rama, or the person from whom, or from the book from where you are learning about Lord Rama, there is problem there. So one should get this result. Otherwise, then it's a failed mission. So in this way, now particularly here we are not discussing what is a way to hear about Lord Rama and who are the qualifications. It's especially from the source from where we are learning about Lord Rama that we are discussing. So why this is? Because we see even in modern days, people are writing about Rama because Rama is always, famous. Especially in India, people have spontaneous attraction for Rama and Krishna. So especially Rama, Lord Rama. So they have spontaneous attraction to the extent that in India, when television came, people did not like it. So even in Europe, it was called as idiot box. Television was not so appreciated. But then India, what they did, they put this Ramayana and Mahabharata serial. Then people started purchasing television. So they didn't have attraction for television, but because they had attraction, spontaneous attraction and attachment for Ramayana and Mahabharata, so Ramacharita, so therefore they took television. To the extent, once that woman who played the role of Sita, she was worshipped in one place in Orissa when she came to that place. So people are so much they had attachment, because people before this television came, morning and evening, when life was more simple, people lived in villages more. There was no all this so-called economic development, all nonsense, progress, economic growth, development and all this, job, study, so much study and all this. So people had ample time and they would hear morning and evening about Lord Rama. They would hear about Lord Rama morning and evening. So in this way they had developed attachment for Lord Rama. So they were there. So right now also there are so many people who are writing books about Rama, or they may be even speaking. There may be many people who are speaking about Rama. I know some of the people who have written books about. It is nowadays writing is a profession, and in India this sentiment is there for Lord Rama. So therefore they are using that sentiment to fill their bellies. So it's business. It is livelihood, filling belly. There is someone called, I don't know, his name is Amish Tripathi. He has written a lot of books about Rama, and there is one more, Devdutt Patnaik. He has written books about many other things about Hinduism. So they call it as mythology. So in this way, and they are bestsellers. So thousands and thousands or lakhs of copies are sold. And those people who want to know about Lord Rama, they learn from such people. So that is nonsense. Why? Because often we hear that, I don't know, I have not read their books, but sometimes some devotees said to me that, and they write in such a wrong way. So they twist, and as it is appealing to their audience who don't have any qualification, so who are also they are those who are indulged in sense gratification, they are interested in sense gratification. So they convert all the stories of Lord Rama, Sita into some love stories and all this kind of things. So Shukdev Goswami here in Srimad Bhagavatam, he mentioned those who find faults with Rama, about Rama, or in Rama, Lord Rama. So they are, Prabhupada translates it as men with poor fund of knowledge and heinous character speak nonsensically. Where this Shukdev Goswami spoke this about such people in the context of that person, that dhobi, that washerman who found fault in Lord Rama. He was, that story that Lord Rama in incognito, he was roaming in his kingdom and he overheard that washerman chastising his wife, you go to other man's house, therefore your character is not good. I am not like Rama to accept you. So because Lord Rama, Sita was kidnapped by Ravana. Like that, such people, so they are people with poor fund of knowledge and heinous character. Prabhupada translates that in that verse. So such people, they speak nonsensically. Prabhupada says, they speak nonsensically, or they find fault with Lord Rama. So even these people are like that, people with poor fund of knowledge, with heinous character. They don't have character at all, actually. That's why we are discussing from where to learn about Lord Rama. So now I'll read from 9th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, verse number 10th chapter, verse number 3. Because in 9th canto, Shukdev Goswami summarized pastimes of Lord Rama in 2 chapters, because he doesn't give. In fact, if you see, he has given more time to other avatars of the Lord. If you see Narsimha and other about Varada avatar, or even 8th canto, we see there are 5 chapters describing the pastime of Bali and Vayamana. But here within 2 chapters he concludes Rama, Lord Rama. Because now this is in 9th canto. So Parikshit Maharaj had only 7 days. So, and especially Shukdev Goswami wanted to speak about Lord Krishna. Now already by 9th canto means already some 3-4 days are over now. So another 2-3 days are remaining for 3 days are remaining for 3 or 4 days are remaining for Parikshit Maharaj to leave the body, because he was cursed to die in 7 days. So therefore Shukdev Goswami very briefly speaks about Rama. He concludes, he summarizes Ramayana or Lord in 2 chapters, maybe approximately some 100 verses. But if you see Valmiki Ramayana, it has 24,000 verses. It is even bigger than entire Bhagavatam. So that whole Ramayana he just summarizes in approximately 100 verses. So here we see that. So he speaks about what are the bona fide versions of Ramayana. So what are the bona fide versions of Ramayana? Or from whom we should hear about Lord Rama. So we will recite this verse. and then I'll read the translation and purport and give little comments. So Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 10 and text number 3. So kindly repeat after me. Tasyanucharitam Rajan Rishibhis Tattvadarshibhihi Shrutam hi varnitam bhuri Tvaya sita pater muhu Tasyanucharitam rajan Rishibhis tattvadarshibhihi Shrutam hi varnitam bhuri Tvaya sita pater muhu Tasyanucharitam rajan Rishibhis tattvadarshibhihi Shrutam hi varnitam bhuri Tvaya sita pater muhu Tasyanucharitam rajan Rishibhis tattvadarshibhihi Shrutam hi varnitam bhuri Tvaya sita pater muhu Tasyanucharitam rajan Rishibhis tattvadarshibhihi Sutam hi varnitam bhuri Tvaya sita pater muhu. Anyone else? Tasyanucharitam rajan Rishibhis tattvadarshibhihi Shrutam hi varnitam bhuri Taya sita pater muhu. Tasya, of him, the personality of Godhead, Lord Ramachandra and his brothers. Anucharitam, transcendental activities. Rajan, O king, Maharaj Parikshit. Rishibhihi, by great sages or saintly persons. Tattvadarshibihi, by persons who know the absolute truth. Shrutam, have all been heard. He, indeed. Varnitam, as they have been so nicely described. Bhuri, many. Tvaya, by you. Sita Patehe, of Lord Ramachandra, the husband of Mother Sita. Muhu, more than often. Translation. O King Parikshit, the transcendental activities of Lord Ramachandra have been described by great saintly persons who have seen the truth. Because you have heard again and again about Lord Ramachandra, the husband of Mother Sita, I shall describe these activities only in brief. Please listen. So, he briefly wanted to discuss. Of course, Shukadev Goswami, he is Tattvadarshi. He knows the truth. He has realized the truth. He has seen the truth. He is a great saintly person. Like he is reciting this. Even his father, great father Vyasadeva, Narada, all are hearing Srimad Bhagavatam from him. All the great sages had assembled there while he was reciting Srimad Bhagavatam. He is Briefly he is, because he has already heard briefly. I also gave one reason why he briefly wanted to discuss about Lord Rama. Because although here he says, Shukdev Goswami, you have already heard about Lord Rama, so briefly I will discuss. But what is wrong in hearing about Lord Rama again? Why? So he could have again repeated it. What's wrong? Again and again hear about Lord Rama, what's wrong with that? But still, Shukdev Goswami wanted to conclude them so that he can go on with Lord Krishna's descriptions. So, and Parikshit had very less time. So, in this way, Shrutam hi varnitam bhuri tvaya sita pater moho. He says, and tasyanu charitam rajan rishibis tattvadarshibhi. So, the tattvadarshi rishis, they have described the activities of transcendental activities of Lord Ramachandra. So now who are the people here who have described? Those who are Tattvadarshis. So those who have seen the truth, those who have realized the truth, those who are God realized. So Tattva, Vadanti Tat Tattva Vidas Tattvam Yajnanam Advayam Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavan iti Shabdate. Those who have realized Tattva, that is Tattva means Bhagavan, Brahma, Paramatma and Bhagavan. Those who are, so those who have realized Bhagavan ultimately. So such Tattvadarshis and saintly Rishibis, Tattvadarshibhi. Among the Rishis who have described Lord Rama's pastimes, they are, the prominent among them is Valmiki. So such people have described. So now you see the purport Prabhupada he starts. How he begins the purport. Modern Rakshasas posing as educationally advanced. Modern Rakshasas posing as educationally advanced. See how he starts his purport. Modern Rakshasas. I took the name of some people who have written about Lord Rama. They are Rakshasas. That's it. They are nothing. So they know how to write very attractive way. So in this way, by posing themselves as great writers. So what they are doing is, they are describing Lord Rama in a wrong way. Modern Rakshasas posing educationally advanced merely because they have doctorates have tried to prove Lord Ramchandra is not the supreme personality of Godhead but an ordinary person. So in this way, they have tried to prove Lord Rama as ordinary person, Sita is an ordinary woman. So they portray their relationship in a very mundane way. And they bring up Ravana also into the picture. Such. But those who are learned and spiritually advanced will never accept such notions. But those who are learned and those who are spiritually advanced, they will never accept such notions. They will only learn from such great rishis like Shukdev Goswami, Valmiki, etc. So they will accept the descriptions of Lord Ramchandra and his activities only as presented by Tattvadarshis, those who know the truth. In Bhagavad Gita 4.34, the Supreme Personality of Godhead advises, Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master, inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because he has seen the truth. So here also in the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, if we want to know about spiritual life, what we should do? We should approach a spiritual master, surrender unto him, and we should inquire humbly, submissively, relevant questions, not absurd questions, and we should render service to him. So this I mentioned how one should learn about Lord Rama. That prayojana, abhideya we were discussing. Upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. So there Krishna says jnanina tattvadarshina. Jnanis. Jnani means what? One who is educated, has a degree, he is a jnani? No. Because what is so called education is all ignorance, it is. Because jnana begins with atma, knowledge of the self. Then it will ultimately end in knowing, becoming tattvadarshi, that is, becoming God realized. So in this way, here we see that so the jnanis and tattvadarshi and rishibhis tattvadarshibhi. So same thing is discussed. Unless one is tattvadarshi, in complete knowledge of the absolute truth, one cannot describe the activities of the personality of Godhead. Unless one is a tattvadarshi, he cannot describe. So then how these people are able to describe about? But it is not actual description of Lord Rama. It is just some bahya akshara, it is just some external letters. Sometimes we say, no, it is just like verbal loose motion, it is, that's it. We call it as verbal loose motion, that is it, nothing else in that. It is not proper description. Therefore, although there are many so-called Ramayanas or histories of Lord Ramachandra's activities, some of them are not actually authoritative. Lot of them are, especially in modern society. So many books are written. I was even thinking, why so many books are getting published? Yeah, give me that. Something went. So, why so many books are being written? Tadvayasam Tirtham. Bhagavatam says in another place that they are holy places. They are not holy places actually. The places where crows assemble. Where the crows, Tirtham word is used actually. Tadvayasam Tirtham. Holy places of crows. Crows where they assemble actually. They assemble in a filthy place. So it is, all these literature are like that. They are meant for the cows and they are written by the crows, and the content all is dirty and filthy, it is, that's it. So nothing else. But unfortunately they are writing about Lord Rama. Sometime Lord Ramachandra's, Ramachandra, some of them are not actually. Sometimes Lord Ramachandra's activities are described in terms of one's own imaginations, speculations or material sentiments. From here you all attentive. But characteristics of Lord Ramachandra should not be handled as something imaginary. This somewhat indirectly hints to Ramacharitamanasa, but it's more or less okay, Ramacharitamanasa. Although Prabhupada, he said that no one has become pure devotees by hearing that, reading that like that, Prabhupada, he said. But the characteristics of Lord Ramachandra should not be handled as something imaginary. While describing the history of Lord Ramachandra, Shukdev Goswami told Maharaj Pariksit, "You have already heard about activities of Lord Ramachandra. Apparently, therefore, 5,000 years ago, there were many Ramayanas or histories of Lord Ramachandra's activities. And there are many still. 5,000 years ago, there were many Ramayanas. And after that, so many have been written. And even in modern days, like I mentioned about so many so-called Ramachandra series. Apparently. So, but we must select only those books written by Tattvadarshi, Jnaninas Tattvadarshinaha. So, we should select only those books written by Tattvadarshi, not the books of so-called scholars who claim knowledge only on the basis of a doctorate. So this is a warning by Shukdev Goswami. Rishibhis Tattvadarshibhi. Only, although Ramayana composed by Valmiki is a huge literature, the same activities are summarized here by Shukdev Goswami in few verses. So in this way, best is Moola Ramayana, and here briefly in Bhagavatam it is discussed. and other Puranas also they discuss, and some bona fide parampara, Vaishnava paramparas, they also have described Lord Rama. We should learn from them, not anyone. Nowadays in the YouTube world it is, there are so many speakers in the YouTube, so many authors are there are so many books, we should not hear from them. In fact, that verse is there, Sanatan Goswami quoted it, or I think he composed it. What is that verse? Avaishnavo mukodgirnam putam yad harikatamratam shavanam naiva kartavyam sarpo chista yatapayah. So it is said, Avaishnavo mukodgirnam. So hearing about Harikatha or Ramakatha from a non-devotee is like drinking milk which is touched by serpent. It looks same. Oh, they are also describing in a very, in a nice way, very in a nice spirit, everything, all the things, with lots of literary skills, etc. And they are very good in writing or explaining, speaking, or everything. So, but it looks like same Ramakatha, but it is milk. It is just like milk touched. So milk touched by serpent also looks white, but it is poisonous. It is. So similarly, Harikatha, which is written by or spoken by non-devotees, and there are so many bhajans also nowadays. So many bhajans. So such things if you hear, then we will spiritually we will die by drinking milk touched by serpent. We will die, right? So then spiritually we will die. Sometime it may not be clear. In the beginning it will be seed of doubt will be planted in the heart. Then gradually that seed grows into a tree. Then one day we will fall down from spiritual life. So therefore we should hear from or learn from Tattvadarshis. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Any questions, comments? Okay, no questions. We'll conclude here. Hare Krishna. Shri Ramachandra Bhagavan ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.